What's going on, guys? BSG Trek Fan 88 here, fellow Facebook fans or friends, fellow YouTube subscribers of mine, as well as everybody at Channel Awesome's Facebook page here that I'm posting this to. This is my response to what do I think about them being, you know, producers on thatguywiththeglasses.com, and I guess I can include everybody in this statement. I've been a fan of thatguywiththeglasses.com for a while now. I'm not going to say since day one, but to put it in perspective, I was a fan and have been around on the site and watching the videos since before the Nerd and the Critic had their first outgoing, if you will, or goings on, if you will. I'm not going to spoil anything if you're new and you haven't seen it, but you know what I'm talking about. The Nerd versus the Critic. That was really the big first crossover. What do I think about producers on that site, That Guy with the Glasses, and other sites using Patreon? Honestly, it's a 50-50 coin toss. Now, I actually made a video a while back, and it got a lot of views on Facebook, when Linkara put out a video saying, let the ads play. You know, that's how this worked originally, where you would click, you want to watch the video, and an ad would play for 30 seconds in the beginning, and that was it, right? Now, being a fan of That Guy with the Glasses, do I follow everybody? No. You know, I don't listen to certain types of music, I don't watch certain types of film, but I would consider myself a pretty decent fan. I have ad block. I use ad block on a daily basis. I love looking at the counter at the end of the night for certain sites going, wow, there's like 200 ads that got, blocked. I go in there and I turn it off for everything on That Guy with the Glasses because that's how they make their money. You know, when I made that video and I talked about how Linkara, Angry Joe, the Nostalgia Critic, everybody, I'm kind of tired here. That's how they make their money. Okay, that's how they make a living. It's their job. Their job is providing me, you, everybody out there with entertainment for free. Okay, we don't pay for this entertainment. I love seeing the Nostalgia Critic every week or every other week, if you kind of think about it now, how he does a video every week or every other week, and then you get the idea. I love the cinema snob. I love. I'm a British person, Mike J. Bad movie beatdown. Everybody that I follow, and everybody has different people that they follow. They make this stuff for us. It's their job. It's how they make their living. It's how they make their money. Because at the end of the day, that's what we're all doing, is making money. I work for Best Buy now. I work for the post office. We make money. Money isn't everything, but it pays the bills. It keeps the lights going, and it gives us food to eat. So, do I support Patreon accounts and Kickstarters and all that jazz? Yes and no. The problem is that there are a lot of arrogant people out there who run ad block and refuse to let ads play for sites like That Guy with the Glasses. I remember that the video that I made, which you can go on this channel and find it, has so many comments. It's like 50-50, where people are defending what I said and agreeing with me, and then the other people are going, oh, well, if they want to make money, they should go out there and get a real job. Fuck you. I'm going to let the ads be blocked by whatever program I'm using. What do you not understand about what I said in the video, how it's how they make their money? So, that being said, the idea of Obscurus Lupa or the Critic, which he hasn't done so yet, the idea of people that I've been watching for many years now, I recently went and saw the Angry Video Game Nerd movie, which if you haven't seen it and you're a fan, it's worth when it comes out, because it's not in theaters anymore, it's worth buying, just to support the nerd, just to support James Rolfe. That's another story for another day. The idea that, okay, you can support your favorite critic or your favorite online personalities. I watch SF Debris, Confused Matthew, even though he has a lot of videos where, I watch his reviews and I go, what are you thinking? Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. Okay. I think Terminator Salvation is a horrible movie. It only has a couple good positives in it. Where, someone else might think it was a good movie for what it was. And that's their opinion. I am entitled to my opinion. I like the idea of Patreon because if you really support someone and you feel that you want to help them in more than just being a fan, you can do so. You can support them by paying $1, $5, $100 a month, 30, or whatever the Patreon account is requesting. The other side of the coin is, I sit through the ads. I'm not going to do Patreon. I honestly, right now, can't afford it. If I still worked for the post office and was making what I was making, I would gladly give people on the site money. I actually kind of already thought about it back in the day. I still intend to do a donation to SF Debris for a review of Terminator 2. I'd love to know what he thinks about it. That's one of my goals, um, among other reasons. So I like the idea that if you really care about them, and I say that lightly, but from my point of view with the house fire, when I had nothing of myself and I had the clothes on my back and a borrowed laptop in the worst time of my life, I still could laugh. I could still go to thatguywiththeglasses.com, the Cinema Snob site, Angry Joe's site, SF Debris. I could still go back because there was a week where I literally had nothing. And I was more depressed than ever, and I could still go back and watch their older reviews or their current ones, and it made me laugh. It helped me through a bad period. So I have a personal thing, if you will. So if you want to support your favorite reviewer, I don't think that's a problem. I think it's going to be a problem if it's expected of every up and coming reviewer, just for added revenue. And I'm not saying that's why they're doing it. Those of them that are doing it, I don't think that's the case. But you kind of see what I'm saying. Like, it's someone who, let's say, they get on the site and I don't know, they're a new reviewer of books, and they go, okay, donate to my account, you know, or I won't make a new video. That's crap. I don't think anyone ever do that, but you kind of get what I'm saying. This video's gone on long enough. Should the Nostalgia Critic make a Patreon account? This is where you get into a different subcategory. Obviously, Doug Walker and the Nostalgia Critic is the most popular reviewer on the site, and rightfully so. He and the Nerd are one of the first online reviewers that I can think of back in the day when YouTube was just getting off the ground. So, he has a very strong fan following, fan basis. I don't think he needs to. I think that if he did make one, obviously there would be people who are willing to donate for perks, seeing an episode early, more behind the scenes footage. But at the same time, for people like me who can't afford it, who are fans of the Nerd, it's kind of like, oh, great. So because they have extra money hanging around and I don't, they get to see an episode earlier. They get to see behind the scenes. Like, I'm a subscriber, if you will, or I forget the word off the top of my head. For Rooster Teeth, I pay, it's $10 a year, which is nothing, or it's every 6 months, I forget which. I can watch the live stream podcast, and that's the biggest thing for me. For a whole year, to be able to sit down every Monday and watch the podcast live with everybody else who's subscriber is not the right word. You get the idea, and I'm not going to search for it right now. This video is almost over. So I can see why, if he and everyone else, when they do it, makes a Patreon account for certain perks, would I have a problem with it? No. Doug Walker, everybody on the site, that I know of, their reasoning behind it, I'm sure, is to benefit the fans. And with the fact that there are more people than not using ad block and being stubborn, like the people I mentioned before, who I'm not even going to give them screen time, I'm not even going to talk about them, because if you're really that bitchy and that stuck up about letting ads for 30 seconds play one time, and then one in the middle of the video, as far as I'm concerned, you shouldn't be a fan, because that's not what it's about. They could easily turn thatguywiththeglasses.com into a paid subscription site in order to access everything. Would they ever do that? No. It's not right, and it's not right for the fans, and they would just never do it. I don't think they would. I have no problem with Patreon accounts. I think it would become a problem if it became more commonplace to access general content. Brad. That's my answer. This 10-minute video here expresses what I expressed. Very tired, so I've kind of rambled a little bit. I'm sorry. If you disagree with me, if you think Patreon accounts are a way to just get money and be cheap about things, don't donate. Don't watch their videos. I mean, again, I couldn't believe the comments in the video. It's one thing when you watch YouTube and you're watching a movie trailer from a movie studio, right? And there's a fucking ad in front of it. It's an ad in front of an ad. I love trailers. I love the art of the trailer. Nowadays, they've gone to shit, but whatever. You're going to put a fucking ad in front of an ad just so you can make some rev off of it? Fuck you. People who work hard and people who have a passion for their fans and for what they do, like everybody at thatguywiththeglasses.com and everyone else that I mentioned before, the fact that they have 1 or 2 ads in front of their videos and that's how they make their money, for giving us a half hour or an hour of content for free every week, what's the fucking problem? There is no problem. There shouldn't be a problem. I'm a fan. I will watch the stuff until they stop making them. Will I donate extra amount of income for them to get certain perks and whatnot if I felt that it was reasonably priced and something I wanted to do? Or if I was able to do it? I can't. I don't have the money for it, but if I did, I would. Okay? It's that simple. If you don't want to sit through 30 seconds of ad or a total of 1 minute of ads, which if I ever have to, which I do, I fucking mute it, open up a YouTube video, and watch something for 30 seconds or a minute. Big fucking deal. There's ways around it where you don't have to be a dick and be rude and, oh, I'm not letting the ads play. They should get a real job. It boggles my mind. Anyway, this is BSG TrekFan88 in response to the question of, do I have a problem with, Kickstarter or Patreon accounts? For people like, again, the Nostalgia Critic, Angry Video Game Nerd, the Nostalgia Chick, etc. No, I do not. If you do, that's your preference, that's your privilege in whatever country you live in to say that. But if you really stop and think about it, you really need to give a good reason why. And I'm sure some of you could give good reasons, but at the end of the day, unlike Hollywood and network TV, these women and men on the sites make content for us, and they care about their fans, and they care about what they're doing enough to do it every week. Okay, if you really think about when things first started versus now, I have no problem sitting through a few ads to make sure they get paid so they can make content year round. Guys, have a good night.